Last day of fishing, out of bait, and caught some ghost shrimp. These guys are so wicked. So, best bait there is. Oh, that's a hit. That's a hit. What? Final fish. All right, fish on. Just my drag. Oh, that's so awesome. He's on. Feels like a whiting. So we've literally, I'm not even gonna make a video or episode out of this. We've packed up a lot of stuff. This is a house pole. So this is a pole that came with the house and is gonna stay with the house. So I was like, oh, well, I haven't packed everything yet. We got the house pole. And got another croaker? Or just a whiting? Looks like a whiting, but I was like, oh, well, we can do a couple more throws. I'm out of bait. I'm out of everything. We put everything away. So let's go pump for ghost shrimp to get bait. Use the house pole. And we got ourselves a heck of a nice whiting. That's it. I mean, you would eat that all day long if you were staying longer and had time to cook them. See where this guy comes in at. That's a keeper all day if you're eating whiting down here. Wow, 13 inches. There's my over 12. Look at that. There's my 12 inch. That's an almost 13 inch whiting. 12 inches. 12 and a half, 13. Sweet. And that could be the last fish of this trip. Or the next to last fish. So, these guys are awesome. Beautiful. Florida whiting. See you, buddy. Kids had fun getting these. I told them I had no bait. We got to catch our own bait. So ghost shrimp pump. And there you go. That orange is roe. It's eggs. So that's just different stages of their roe and eggs. I've learned that on this trip. So this is a like a female one. And the males have the long pincher and then not that roe sack right there. And that's what got us that last whiting. My rig, the house pole that's staying at the house, Sputnik, 2-ounce Sputnik weight. And then ghost shrimp. I don't always use the whole thing, but we're gonna use this whole guy, and they stay on okay, but they sure are benefited by using the Miracle thread. So we did a video on all of this throughout this last month, but we're gonna put some Miracle thread on him and get him back out there on the Pompano rig. Try to get maybe one more fish. So when you drive that Sputnik in, there's not a lot of surf today, right? It's not a lot of surf. It's not rough waves. They're like 1-foot waves, but with the Sputnik, I can still, you know, drive that in, and then you just have that bend. You just have that tight line and bend in the rod, and it's just in place. It's so easy once you get the feel for the Sputniks. And I'm not watching that rod undulate with the waves and wondering if it's a wave or a bite. I mean, you know if it's a bite. So that last one was very, very obvious. We had the tap, 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 and the rod bent, and so it's just easier. These Sputniks are great. We did a video on that. Did a video on catching the ghost shrimp. We got a few more left in here. The kids put some sand in there to make them feel like home, even though they're all gonna die. And this time, this little dip net was handy to catch the ghost shrimp, because the video I did on the ghost shrimp, AJ and I were just catching them right here, high and dry. It was flatter, and you know, there was some standing water, and if you guys go back on that video, I just caught a ton. We were pumping right here, those little mounds with the hole in the middle that just aren't here today. So the kids went out on the sandbar out there, and we were in the water to catch them today. The kids did most of the work, and it was great. But you have to have the net, you know, you got to have the net. Out here, I mean, we could just pump it and spray it on the ground and grab the shrimp. But out here, that little $5 kids dip net was critical, because they're standing out in the water, and all the ghost shrimp caught today were in like a foot of water on a sandbar. So you had to, you know, pump it into the net to sift through it. Worked really well. So kids got us bait and kids got us the fish. That's awesome. Oh, is he on? I had a heck of a bite that I missed. Dang it. Oh my gosh, that was a good bite. Is he still there? Oh, it's just a little whiting. It was just a great bite. Golly. Knocked my rod holder down, but I didn't have it in the sand very well. Thought I missed it. But wow, found a little whiting honey hole for the last day of the trip here. How cool. I gotta say, I'm not even making an episode out of this one, just be a fun video, but dang, that's a chunky whiting. Oh, you would eat this all day long. It's the size of a small redfish. That is crazy. I mean, we've literally packed up our knife. I mean, that's a great whiting. I mean, there's some locals and some people that are going to consider it a crime to throw this back. Absolute crime. That's a fat fish. That's a fat fish for whiting. These guys don't get that big. Oh goodness. Oh my gosh, there's my 14-inch mark. So he's over 14. Wow. Look at that, look at that. It's a 14 and a half, 15-inch whiting. There's the 18-inch mark. So he's all of 15 inches. That's a fat 15-inch whiting. My largest of the trip. Sorry, buddy. But I'm the only guy in the state that would throw you back. That's a lot of good meat right there. It tastes like bluegill or perch. That's my fattest whiting of the entire trip. What a great fish. That's chunky. See you, pal. You're a lucky fish. There's locals that will kill me for throwing him back. What an end to the trip. Kids catch me some ghost shrimp, get some free bait using the house pole. We were about half packed up, getting ready to go, and 12 and a half, 13-inch whiting and 15 and a half inch whiting. Absolute crime to throw them back, but we've eaten a few of those this trip, so see what else we can get. I'm in a whiting honey hole here, but we're getting close to pompano weather. Right when we leave is when pompano time starts around here. So I did a video on my top 3 or 4 baits for the surf, and really depends on time of year and water temperature, but you know, for whiting and pompano, I mean, I said that my #1 bait was ghost shrimp, and that's what we're using right now, whether you need the miracle thread to keep them on the hook or not. You know, #1 bait is ghost shrimp, 2 is sand flea, and 3 is frozen shrimp. And so although this trip, you know, frozen shrimp has actually done better than sand fleas. But there you go. Ghost shrimp, sand fleas, frozen shrimp. Then after that's everything else. Squid, fish bites, fish gum. But you're seeing why ghost shrimp is #1. You go out and catch them at the pump, and you get a nearly 13-inch and a nearly 16-inch whiting back-to-back throws, and you're only out here for like an hour. Yeah, that's really fun. I got about a half hour left before I'm taking everything to the storage unit we own down here, and we're down to 2 ghost shrimp anyways, and the kids had fun. Maybe it's a good way to keep them alive for a short time, but watch this guy dig in. Kids had fun catching these guys and trying to keep them alive for like an hour. Throwing some sand so they can kind of dig in and get away. I have no idea how to keep these guys alive. I know the system, the 2-bucket system for sand fleas, but I have no idea how to keep ghost shrimp alive. I'm assuming it's maybe tricky, but we're gonna either toss these back or use them. But 2 really nice whiting to wrap up this trip. One of those times, I feel like I could catch 100 of them, and you can just about keep 100 of them because they're an unregulated species, but these whiting are delicious. I've used all my bait and just hoping for my 3rd one in 30 minutes is the goal, and I'm heaving it past this sandbar that's out here, and that's where the miracle thread is really handy. It stays on the hook, you know, so that's where it's handy, because I'm in a spot just where I've got to kind of heave over the sandbar, even though I know sometimes they live really shallow, but I wasn't getting any bites like right there, so I'm kind of heaving it over the sandbar, and been very productive for large whiting one pushing 13 and one pushing 16. So let's get one more and that'll be it. Hit. Be there, come on. Be there. Be there. Be there. Come on, fish. Come on, fish. I'm out of bait. I'm out of bait, and the kids took the Go Shrimp pump back to the house. Oh yeah, he's there. He's there. Oh dear, it's a good fish. Wow. Okay. Are you kidding? The final fish of the trip, without a doubt, is going to be a nice fish. Either a quality whiting, maybe one of those bonnies. A dream scenario would be a pompano or a red. What have we got? Swimming to me. Come on, fish. What did we get? Not as big as I thought, but we'll take it. Still a whiting. Wow, that was crazy. I think my Sputnik was still dug in to the sand, so I thought I had a bigger fish. But we'll take them. Another quality whiting. Golly. Oh, and we still got bait on top. We better throw one more. Another, yeah, quality whiting. Jeez. I would have had plenty for dinner in 30 minutes today. Shade over 12. So you can see that one. Look at that black tip on the tail. So shade over 12 in this whiting. So we got one 12, one 12 and a half, 13, one 15 and a half, 16. Another fish. We'll throw one more. We'll throw one more just because we have our top bait left. Look, he's got some. Oh, that's just sand. No, is that a spot? Yeah, that's nothing but these guys are cool. You know, they're a dime a dozen. They just happen to be delicious. But that spot on the tail, Florida whiting. See you, buddy. All right, if I show you guys another fish, that's number 4 in about 40 minutes. Found the kind of the larger whiting honey hole down here. But again, yeah, not a formal episode for this one. Just a fun video on the last day. This was literally my wife was like, hey, you still got the house pole. Go on down and fish. And I was like, well, I don't have bait. She's like, well, catch them with the Go Shrimp pump. Get the kids out to catch us a bait. I mean, absolute blast. That's what I love about being here. So that'll do it. Next formal episode, we'll be back in Colorado for trout and the fly rod. And this was just special. Very, very, very fun. Gorgeous weather to wrap up our trip. And if you guys have enjoyed this month and these videos, shoot me a big thumbs up and share and subscribe. That helps the algorithm find me. For anybody else who wants to see these. And the top hook on the pompano rig still had Go Shrimp, so it's possible after this video we'll show you one more fish. But I don't know, we got 3 in 30 minutes at about coming in at 12 and a half and 15 and a half inches. That's a bunch of whiting meat that we threw back. But we ate a few of those in this trip. And thanks for watching. Catch you guys in the next video. That's a fish. That's a fish. Number 4. And to go 4 for 4 after making the wrap up. Oh, did he come off? Or is he swimming to me? Or is he small? I can't tell. I can't tell. I think he's off. Oh, it's just a teeny one. That's perfect. That's perfect. There you go. We're gonna go 4 for 4 today. Unbelievable. That is just too much fun right there. Just too much fun. Oh my gosh, I still have my top bait. Do we go for number 5? Smallest of the 4, but you could still eat him. He's coming in at a shade over 11. He swam off. That was almost anticlimactic.